Hi, I'm writer creator of the Bullet Journal Method, and today we're going to be talking about 3 small things that you can do that will absolutely transform your life. Bronnie Ware, a palliative care nurse, interviewed hundreds of people on their deathbeds asking what their biggest regret was. And amongst the top of them was that people regretted not being true to themselves. In this video, we're going to explore 3 small ways for us to remain true to ourselves that'll help us transform our lives. 1, be true to your community. They say that you are the sum of the people that you surround yourself with. Most of the people that we surround ourselves with are kind of default, right? We don't choose the families we're born into or the middle schools or high schools that we get into. And we don't choose the people who work at our jobs, but these are the people who we surround ourselves with. Now, if you're lucky, those communities are wonderful. And if you're not, your default communities can be a major source of suffering. The community that you're surrounded by will have an outsized impact on the quality of your life and who you will become. It's really critical to be intentional about who you allow to be part of your life. Being intentional about your relationships can be a powerful way to create a support network that will be a pillar of your well-being throughout your entire life. You want to surround yourself with people who inspire you to become a better version of yourself. People who both lift you up as well as will set you straight. People who have your best interests at heart. And when you do find those people, you have to take the time for them. The older you get, the more work you have to put into maintaining a lot of these relationships because life gets more complicated. People begin to get married, have families, and move away. So one simple trick here that you can do today is to take time for the people that you're most grateful for or have the most positive impact in your life. One way that I did this during COVID was to schedule regular calls with the people that meant the most to me, especially those that weren't close to me in proximity. Simply putting it on your calendar and asking them, do you want to do this weekly or monthly or even quarterly, can have a profound impact on the integrity of that relationship in the long run, and thereby also keeping those that bring you up close. 2, be true to yourself. We live in an age that is designed to distract us, to take us further and further away from ourselves. And the further we are from ourselves, the harder it is to be true to ourselves. How can we know what is true for us, who we are, what we need when we keep looking away? When our needs are not met, we succumb to baser distractions to help us cope with the pain or discomfort, like social media, doom scrolling, drugs, sex, alcohol, you name it. These are ways to distract us from the pain of not knowing ourselves and not being able to be true to ourselves. In order to begin to know ourselves, we must have the courage to look, to see what causes us pain, what brings us joy, to understand this over time. And we can do this by creating a record of our lived experience. A place where we track what we're thinking, feeling, and doing and process it. Journaling is a very powerful way for me to do just that, to check in with myself, to see what is true for me today. A simple way to begin journaling is to simply write down 3 things every day. 1 meaningful thing that you need to get done today. 1 thing that you learned today that will help you be just a little bit better tomorrow. Now, this is not a chance to beat yourself up. It's about being both curious and accountable. For example, listen more, or ask more questions, or hold your opinion lightly. And then 3, write down 1 thing that you're grateful for each day. Something that lights you up, or at least something that went well today that didn't have to go well. And this isn't simply about having a gratitude practice. It's more about developing a sensibility for what good or joy or lightness or aliveness mean to you. Because that's different for everyone, and a major source of suffering can come from us beating ourselves up for not feeling the way that we think we're supposed to feel. We feel the way that we do, and that's okay. It's about understanding what brings you up, what brings you down, based on who you are, and that will allow you to make intentional choices that are much more true to yourself moving forward. 3, be true to your word. One of the simplest and most powerful things you can do today to transform your life is to be true to your word. You say you'll be there at 8, be there at 8. You say you'll help with a project, help with the project. You say you will cook dinner, cook dinner. The more true you are to your word, the more people will trust you. The more trust, the more connection, the closer your community. People will be able to count on you. More importantly, the more true you are to your word, the more you will begin to trust yourself. If you tell yourself you'll go to the gym, go to the gym. If you tell yourself you'll eat healthy, eat healthy. It's really that simple, even if it's not easy. A lot of the fear that keeps us from living true to ourselves is that we don't fully trust ourselves. We don't trust ourselves to launch that business, handle the breakup, move to another country, and that can make us miserable. Why don't we trust ourselves? Because chances are we broke our promises to ourselves over and over and over again. How do we fix this? As with any relationship, we can develop that trust through earning it, one kept promise at a time. So what if you can't keep your word? Then don't give it. Be careful with what you agree to. Being honest about what you can and can't take on is an act of being true to your word and being true to yourself. It requires you to think about your capacity and your ability at any given time. Though it may frustrate people when you turn them down, it won't frustrate them nearly as much as telling them that you will do something and then not doing it. An action shouldn't be worth 1,000 words. It should be worth one. Yours. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'll see you in the next one.